Hi, I thought I should do an update on my collection. I think I did a video on my collection in 2016 maybe, and things have happened since, so this is an update. And a lot of things have happened in that time period. A lot of dolls have come and gone. Some are still here, some didn't even make it to the last video or this one. So, but yeah, this is my current collection of December 2017. So let's start over here. This is Elsa, and she was in the last video I made over a year ago, and she has been a part of my collection for a long time. I think I bought her in the beginning of 2014, and she's my second doll. She's a Leekeworld Mia on the art body, and she's a part of what I call my forest crew. It's a storyline based around Nordic mythology, and she's a wandering forest fairy. She likes to play the violin, and yeah, her name is Elsa. So this is Jonna. She was also in my last video. She was my first doll, actually, an Iplehouse Amy. And they're both MSD sized. All of my dolls except one is actually MSD sized. But yeah, I think I got her in January of 2012. She was a Christmas present for 2011. So as you hear, there was a huge gap in my collecting between 2012 and 2014. Like nothing happened. But yeah, that's her. She has gone through a lot of changes, but now I finally found her character. She's a part of my forest crew. She's a Vitra, which is a Nordic mythology creature. It's not very well known, but they're pretty much like humans, except they live underground. And her people have been isolated for a long time. And she's the first one to come above the underworld, and she becomes almost like an elected representative for her people. Even though they didn't specifically elect her, she ends up on adventures, and she becomes this person everyone trusts, no matter what their allies are. So this is a new addition to my collection, and she's actually up for sale, so she won't be staying long. I really like her, but I haven't found a place for her, sadly. And she is a Dollstown Elysia, I think, on a 7-year-old body. She's really beautiful. Her face up is amazing, and I just really enjoy her. But I can't. I haven't figured her out. I don't know what to do with her. I've had her since, I think 2016? Yeah, I think for about a year now. And she has been a few different characters, but it doesn't work, sadly. And that really sucks. But I do need the money for other things, and if she's just gonna sit around, I would rather just let her move on to where she actually belongs. So if anyone is interested, she's $400. Over here is Pawn, and I think Pawn was in the last video, actually. And she's sitting in this violin case. It's kind of cute. But yeah, I think she was in the last video because I got her last summer, and I love her. She hasn't had a proper story until now, and I don't know if it's gonna stick, but I've tried. So she is a Planetdoll Mini Riz, and she's the only USD I have. All the other ones are MSDs, and I really enjoy her. Even if she doesn't have a story, I like her and think I really enjoy the size, and I hope to get more of these in the future. But it is kind of expensive to spend a lot of money on such tiny dolls, and if they have no character or purpose, it doesn't feel like it's worth it. But I've been wanting this sculpt since maybe 2012 or 13, so when I got her last summer I was really happy. But yeah, Planetdoll Mini Riz, and right now she's a part of the Ocean Crew, which is a very underdeveloped story, which I hope to be working more on, and we will see if it actually becomes anything. I'm just playing around. I like at least having like an ocean theme, a blue theme on these dolls. So here's the rest of, let's see, now Risten is in the way. Here is the rest of the Ocean Crew. The redhead is Jenny. She is a doll in mind, Larina head on a doll Chateau body. And she, together with this other girl, the brown hair girl, who is a Lillycat, and I cannot pronounce the sculpt, Constantine, not something like that, I don't know. I really hard like pronouncing and spelling that name, but I think you get what sculpt she is if you're familiar with Lillycat. They are also part of my Ocean Crew. The idea is that Jenny, the redhead, is the older sister of Pawn, who I just showed, and then Elise, who's the Lillycat, the brown-haired girl. She is someone who comes to where they live by the ocean just to get away from the big city and write her book, and she meets them. And Jenny is a fisherman's daughter, well as Pawn, I mean, since they're siblings, but Jenny also does an internship on a fishing boat, so that's a part of their story. But I haven't developed, like, I haven't really figured anything out yet. I just have these ideas, and I don't even know if I want to work on it, but I like the idea that they're just like by the ocean and the wind is like blowing in their hair and their clothes. And I really thought it was cute with Jenny in that hat, the raincoat hat. I have had the hat for ages. I bought it for Jonna before I knew her character properly, and I've been trying to get rid of it unsuccessfully, and now I'm so happy that I wasn't able to. But yeah, last but not least, here is Risten, and she was also part of my previous video, the one I made in 2016. She's a Mydolling HeeAh, and I've had her since the summer 2014, just the beginning of it, I think, maybe May or June. And she is what started my serious collecting. She's the one who taught me how to create a story for a doll. I don't keep her up much because she hates being in the sun and like in my room. She wants to be in her box. She's very antisocial. I put her up just for this video actually, and it's just like, it's so amazing to have her here. Her name is Risten, if I didn't say that. And yeah, she's a part of the forest crew. She's the human in the story. She is kind of the main character, partly, or it was supposed to be like that at least. But then the other characters have developed so much that she's not really the only character that is a main character anymore. But yeah, she lives in like a common collective household kind of thing with her mom and some of her mom's friends, and they are like her parents as well because she's grown up there with them. And she really hates humans and the human world, and if she has to choose, she would emigrate to the forest. So yeah, that's my entire collection of 2017, except the Dollstown girl, who I've called Simone, by the way, but it's not really, it doesn't matter anymore. I think most of these will stay, at least for now. I think my Larina doll in mind head, Jenny, and the Lillycat, Elise, are the only ones who are not like 100% that they will stay. But the rest, they will stay here. I hope for next year to get Mascat, Lisette, or Margot, which would be an SD doll. And if you watched my last doll collection video, you know that I've had an SD girl and it didn't work out. So I really hope that this will work out if I decide to get one of them, because I have an idea about a vampire storyline that I'll tell you about. takes place in either 1890 or 1910, I think. So I'll tell you all about that later. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope you have great holidays if you celebrate. And yeah, bye bye.